Hello everyone! GameGoddessFee here. Back today with more Ace Attorney. I have my boy. Alright. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this next investigation. Hope you all are having a wonderful day. I woke up late today, y'all. 2 hours late for work, you guys. The phone was dead, and so I got a late start today. So, but I hope your day was lovely. But yeah, I guess we'll continue with the story with this case. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Make sure to give me a thumbs up and a subscribe if you're new. Trying to get to 250, you guys. That I have it before the end of the year. I see it's just tumbling. You get 249, then somebody unsubscribed, then somebody else subscribe again. It's like teetering at 249. I need 250. If I could get 250 for the new year, y'all would be great. But yeah, let me go ahead and stop rambling. We have Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth, episode 5. Turnabout Ablaze ladder, the videotapes testimony. Ready, Plum?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. Oh, hold on. There you go. Had to do that first. Okay, let's go. Or the sound and the audio. The audio and the picture will be off the video. March 15th, 12:07 a.m. Beatrium Neutralis lobby. Like how the weapons cross country lines. For example, the two countries have incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. Short of a miracle, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in.
My mic is muted. Oh my god. You want to restart?
Smuggling them in, huh?
We need to open a new line of investigation on just this aspect alone. But before we do, I would like to go through my evidence once more.
Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged.
Hey, there's a VCR here, sir. Now we can see what's on that tape Detective Brad gave us.
This piece of evidence from the KG8 incident, hidden from sight for 10 long years. I just know that this is related to the current case somehow. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please play the tape for us.
Sure thing, sir. It's Steve Templeton.
This man, it's Manny Cochin.
And he's holding a knife in his hand. This looks like footage from a security camera at the entrance of an apartment building.
An apartment building? How do you figure that?
Unlike you, I actually read the summary file on the KG8 incident, and the crime scene was the victim's own apartment.
So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment building.
At the trial, Mr. Faraday claimed that this piece of footage existed.
However, no one could find it.
Yes. Somehow, someone was able to steal it and hide it through Mr. Ernest Amano.
I can see how this would have been a definitive piece, and why someone would want to hide it.
Well, it's a piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case. There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir.
Actually, I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now.
Kelpie, how's it going? How you doing today? Happy New Year! It's 2024. It's winding down. No, it's okay. It's all right. I understand. You ain't got to apologize. I'm glad to see you here today, though. Yeah, it's been a minute. Thank you for chiming in. What's wrong with you?
Nothing. The ringleader even went so far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve it.
YouTube been bugging. I haven't gotten any notifications. I thought you were just taking a really long break. You know what, Callipy? I can't get my notifications on my phone either, my YouTube notifications. I don't know. All of a sudden, they just stopped. And I checked my phone settings and everything. And I have that. I could get notifications for YouTube, but they just don't come on my phone. I don't know if my phone service and tore it up. You know how they do you when they want you to buy a new phone? See, I got the iPhone 13, so you know
Why are you flexing?
It's about the 16 or 17 out now. I'm not flexing. It's an older phone. It's an older phone. Whatever. It's considered an older phone, so you know how they do when they want you to upgrade, and they probably sit there updating, tore up my phone. Hey, they did it before with my 6, so.
Why are you flexing?
With the iPhone 6, and it's how old it was. The 11 was out, so I had to upgrade to the 11. I don't upgrade every year. No, I do not. Yeah, Edgeworth. Edgeworth solving cases, Callipy. So, yeah, I guess we could go ahead. This is a pretty good case. I enjoy this case.
It's gonna get really bad.
Why you say that?
It's gonna get really bad.
Which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient bit of footage to the ringleader.
Where?
Wait, what was that?
Huh?
That bit you played just now. Please show it to me again.
Whatever, was that?
This car. This is something we cannot overlook.
Why's that, sir?
Look here, Detective Gumshoe.
What's that dude name? I'm Coming to America. They look like one of these.
Really?
King Chopper.
King Chopper? What kind of jocks?
Y'all don't know. Y'all kids don't know what I'm talking about. Go ahead. What they want me to do?
Point out something suspicious.
This right here.
Amogus.
So Yeety, how's it going? Look, I said King Jaffa that pulled up Yeety. You didn't know what I'm talking about. Where the red roses at, huh? The red roses.
What are these obscure references? Get out somewhere.
It's do we supposed to do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
X.
Take that. It's coming to America.
This is the national flag of the whatever. This is the national flag of the Principality of Kadapia. And because it has the national flag on it, we know that this is an official government car.
My son works. That's what it reminds me of. It really do. Coming to America. If y'all don't know what we talking about, it's coming to America.
But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what was a government car doing there?
I forgot.
Got his voice.
Yep. It's Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. So you were here all this time.
Ambassador Abba. Whatever.
That's not my name, young one. It's Alpha.
Whatever.
You want a name card? I got one. Thank you very much for continuing the investigation, even at this time of night. If only I was only even a tiny bit more careful. This tragedy would have never have happened. I am truly sorry. This wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to do with how careful you were. You idiot, Kirkus! You couldn't chase after a simple thief! Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you. I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a while. Can you do that?
Excuse me?
I heard you've apprehended the thief that turned this embassy upside down. And we are in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. We can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here forever. You're scaring the visitors away, so I hope that you can understand how I feel. But we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues. Why don't we leave the rest to the Alabastion and Ablaze police?
Ambassador, we are so close. Just a little more and...
Miss Von Karma, I'm afraid I've made up my mind. And without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right?
That's true, however...
As he said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be Alabastan soil. In which case, we're nothing but foreigners in their land. Is this really where our investigation ends?
Shifu! We found Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Shifu, this way! Yo!
Agent Lang, you're back on the scene rather quickly.
If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose the scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Agent Lang, why have you returned?
Because I have to solve this case, no matter what.
Well, I'm sorry to inform you. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief, and so... Under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold. After all, I believe our police folks can handle things from here. They are quite capable. At this rate, our investigation really will come to a close.
Ambassador Alba, I get it now. I really do.
Uh-oh. I'm very glad you understand how I feel.
No, not that. What I was talking about is... I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder!
You...
No?
Ah!
Killer?
Do you really mean that, Agent Lang?
Wolves don't fib.
Then who is it?
Well, let me first say that I'm not talking about Mr. Coach's murder. That was all Sheena. Lang Z says the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself. The truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this. Who do you think this Damascus killer was? I'll tell you who. It was you, Francisca von Dharma!
I was the killer? Hey, wait, but that's impossible.
Yeah! Although, that whip is actually quite... Yow!
Hold your tongue and that ludicrous remark you were about to make.
Agent Lang, are you seriously accusing her of murder?
Yeah, I am.
He doesn't appear to be joking.
Hey, sis, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give a speech. He called you into his office, right?
Yes, he did, but what does that have to do with anything?
I'm getting to that. Furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Alabasta and Babal, did you not?
Objection!
And where is your evidence that I am the killer?
I was just getting to that. Trust me, I'll show them to you in due time. Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission?
With things as they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I?
Good, and let's move out. Oh, and don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping a close eye on you. You can bet your bottom dollar on that.
As I would have any reason to flee. But just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. Because I'll accept nothing short of a perfect explanation.
She seems rather upset, not that I blame her.
I expected that you accept no less. But we'll see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, as someone related to tonight's case, I request that you allow me to take part. And so that I may clean up my superior's stuff.
I guess I should. The more the merrier, especially when it's the peanut gallery.
Oh, in that case, I want to join in too. I still haven't seen what it looks like in Alabama yet.
If you aren't catering, then you've got to let me in too, pal. I can't sit around and do nothing when Miss Von Karma's in trouble.
Hey, Gummy, let's have a competition to see who can save her first, okay?
Okay, I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah, I'm fired up and ready to go.
As a detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited over.
Sounds like this is gonna get real interesting. Ambassador Alba, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride.
Very well. But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance.
Hello, Happy New Year. Happy Happy 2025. How's it going tonight? Happy 2025 to you all.
Happy New Year, y'all. It's me.
I'll have this whole thing cleared up before you know it. Now let's go!
Oh, my sister might be a murderer.
It's good to see you here tonight, March 15th, 12:53 a.m. Alabastion Embassy, Ambassador's Office.
Okay, now, let's first go over the facts one more time. Manny Cochin's body was found over in the Secretariat's office in Babal. The weapon that took his life was one of Alabaster's ornamental knives. And then, the body of the Mask 2, Mr. Kaishino, was found here in the Alabastion Ambassador's office. Through our investigation, we found that the murder weapon was the Primadux statue. And that this is actually Babal's statue. This case, no matter how I look at it. Sis, if it wasn't you, then there's no one else who could have pulled this off.
Objection!
Agent Lang, do you understand the full implications of what you are saying?
Of course I do, sis, and I'm serious. You were on the trail of the smuggling ring, and you wanted any evidence you could find. And so, while people were distracted by the Yatagarasu's appearance, you snuck in here. That's when you two ran into each other. You and that other thief who took advantage of the confusion from the fire.
Objection!
Even if all that were true, how do you explain the movement of the weapons?
Don't worry, I plan to show that you're the culprit behind that too. You had permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could have easily taken their weapons across country lines. Hey now!
He caught the way.
Look, sis, I already told you, I'm not messing around here.
Ah,
This case isn't directly tied to the smuggling ring. But Sheena certainly is tied to the smuggling ring.
He is right in saying that she is a member of the smuggling ring. However, the connection between this case and the ring should it not be deeper than what any of us can imagine?
let's get this ridiculous circus over with already. Oops. Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already.
Francisca, you need to calm down. Because you only know the facts of the Alabastion side of the case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole, and therefore solve it.
What?
But don't worry, I am taking this seriously as well, and I will prove your innocence.
That's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. But you can come up with anything else that can top. But can you? But can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis? Of course, your explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well.
Of course, and I will. Let us now delve into the truth behind the murder of the Mask 2.
You do understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Ling. If you can't figure out how the murder of the Mask 2 is related to the smuggling ring, then it will mean the end of our investigation.
As long as I have no good counter-argument to his hypothesis. And the best I can do is walk this thin tightrope and see what I can do.
Come on, Mr. Prosecutor, let's get started.
Yes, let's.
Let's go.
Border crossing weapons.
Oh wait, this is me. One of Alabaster's knives was used in Babal to murder Mr. Cochin. And the murder weapon in the killing of the Mask 2 is Babal's Primadux statue. Somehow, these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you.
So as long as I can't explain how the weapons moved about, Francisco will remain a suspect.
You got it, Mr. Prosecutor. So why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who can carry a weapon across country lines? I've worked through every possibility, but there's only one that's plausible. Your boss!
Agent Lang, what I've learned from you just now is that you've lost sight of yourself.
What are you talking about?
By focusing too intently on that which is in front of us, we become blind to the truth. Don't tell me Lang Z never said anything to that effect.
You prosecutor? Who do you think you are, speaking about Lang Z's proverbs like that?
I don't need his proverbs, because my words are all you will need to see the truth.
Uh-oh, rebuttal. Border crossing weapons. One of Alabas's knives was used in Babal to murder Mr. Coaching.
Tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Third statement.
All right. Somehow these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security.
Impenetrable? I should hardly think so. I gotta look at my badge right quick. It staves off the depression.
You've seen the top wall of the wall between the two countries, right? Who in the world could cross over that?
Yeah, not even I could climb over that thing with all that barbed wire.
The only way into either embassy is through the doors in the theaters from Neutralis. So the only way for the knife and the Primiduc statue to traverse the two countries is through those security camera-equipped, well-guarded doors.
Alright, now go back and present one of the statues.
This one.
Yeah, that one's cool. Either or is fine. Agent Lang, those two items are not the only two to cross the border tonight.
Oh?
The Mask 2 was killed with Babal's Primiduc statue, yes? But if that's the case, then tell me, where did the Alabastis Primiduc statue go?
To Babal!
Precisely. And if the two statues really were switched, then this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point. Which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the embassies.
I guess so. But you know what? It doesn't matter the number of items, only that the sis is the only one who could have done it. Because the only person who went back and forth between Alabasta and Babal is her.
Is that really true? Was there no one else who traveled between the two countries? Actually, there was definitely another person, one who paid a visit to both sides of the wall.
Objection!
Is that really so, Agent Lang?
What a lousy time to try and bluff your way out of this. I checked out what the guard said, along with the security camera's footage. You're not going to overturn my hypothesis that easily. Objection!
But suppose there was some other way other than the other doors.
What other way?
The other entity that managed to cross the border unharmed. If I point it out, it would open a whole new possibility. And no, I hesitate to bring this out. As long as this entity exists, the impossible road becomes a possibility.
It looks like you've got some clever idea in mind.
I do, and I can show it to you through a single piece of evidence.
Fine then. Let's see this piece of evidence that will show me this other route.
This piece of evidence will show us another way to move between the two countries.
Let me see.
The photo of the UTDWC.
Huh?
That one.
Right here?
Yeah.
Take that. The Yatagarasu?
Wait a second, I gotta go.
The order Pizza Man came. Okay, let's go.
Agent Lang, I'm sure you're familiar with this unforgettable photo.
That supernatural photo? Like I said before. Humans can't fly!
No, of course not. I understand that perfectly well.
And don't start claiming that Sheena somehow grew wings either.
I wouldn't dream of claiming that.
And I won't allow you to take back what you said either. I'll say it again. It's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings. So you'd better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor.
Ugh. But how can I prove who it was that flew through the air in this photo? Wait. Not humanly possible.
Eureka!
Why you say that? Very well. You will have your explanation.
It sounds like you have a good idea simmering inside that head of yours. Let's hear it. The face hidden within this photo's blurry trailed shadow is...
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Let me see. I have no clue.
We was just talking about how some got smuggled, right?
That statue.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
It was the real one or the fake one?
No.
Take that!
Naturally.
Naturally.
No, that's not his voice.
You I forgot the voice too?
Yep.
What's going on?
Naturally. The shadow is the third smuggled object. The Primadux statue replica.
You can't be serious!
The Yatagarasu, or rather, Callisto Yu dressed as Agent Sheena, was inside the ball. She dressed the replica statue up in clothes and launched it through the air.
Mr. Prosecutor!
You really do.
You left out a very crucial bit in your explanation.
I know I did.
She launched it through the air? Ha! And how exactly did she do that?
He is literally baring his fangs at me. But he has a point. How exactly did it move through the air like that? As long as this remains unsolved, we won't be able to move any closer to the truth. Which reminds me, didn't he say this earlier?
Hey, sis. I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right?
So just before the murder, Francisca was called here, right into this very room. If that's the case, that may be another avenue I can pursue. Agent Lang, in order for me to answer that question, I will need to hear testimony from Miss Von Karma.
Oh? What are you up to now, pretty boy?
Earlier, you mentioned something of interest to me. You said that just before the murder occurred, Miss Von Karma had been in this room because Ambassador Alba had called for her. And for that reason alone, you believe her to be the killer.
Yeah, I guess I did say something like that.
In that case, I believe it is my duty to ask her what her side of the story is.
Ha! Do you really think a criminal would tell us the honest truth?
How dare you? As I've said numerous times, there is absolutely no proof that I am the killer. Miles Edgeworth, don't tell me you suspect me too.
I don't. However, I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time. Which is why I would like to hear about it from you. Francisca, I feel that I still don't have enough information. Which is why your testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case.
All right. So, what would you like me to talk about?
I'd like you to please testify to your movements up until you came into this room.
Alright, let's try this your way for a change. But if what she has to say turns out to be a waste of time, I'll place her under arrest faster than you can have. No!
As you wish.
Movements in Alabaster. As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabastrian embassy after I saw the Steel Samurai off on his way towards the I can't even read tonight. Hold on. After I saw the Steel Samurai off on his way towards the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security situation. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Alba to his office.
Francisca, I want us to make this clear from the very beginning. So what I wish to confirm is that the only time span in which you were in this office was before the murder occurred. Is that correct?
I have to stop calling myself dyslexic because yeah, boy went to school telling his teacher I was dyslexic.
Really? Yeah, I know it.
I really do. Anyway. Yes, of course.
I see. For now, the only way that I can see for us to break out of this situation is to ask Francisca about her testimony in more detail.
Rebuttal movements in Alabaster. What is it?
I actually kind of want to stop.
As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabaster embassy, huh?
Press the fourth one.
After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Alba to his office. Oops.
Press.
I'm pressing the wrong button. Hold
You
on.
press it to him, alright? Wait, you.
Hold it!
At that
Hold
time.
on.
Okay. At that time, the Mask 2's body had yet to be found in this room. Is that correct?
That's right. But Ambassador Alba was here. One could hardly miss his rather large presence.
A criminal will say anything to get out of getting arrested. How do we know you're not fibbing?
Well, if you need proof, I'd be happy to oblige you.
Seriously?
Like I keep telling you, when I arrived at this office, Ambassador Alba was already here. He was standing by the flower box on the windowsill, watering his plants.
I can attest to that. I remember speaking with the lovely lady around that time here in my office.
Alright then. Add that statement to your testimony, and let's hear some details.
So Ambassador Alba was in this room at the time, was he?
When I arrived, Ambassador Alba was watering the flowers on the windowsill.
For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. How did you know that Ambassador Alba was watering his plants at the windowsill?
What do you mean by that?
The entrance to this room is on the side. However, the window is on the opposite side. If what you say is true, then when you entered the room, his body would have been like a wall. He would have been blocking your view of what he was doing. Isn't that not correct?
I suppose it was a bit hard to see around him. But fortunately for me, Ambassador Alba is not an immovable wall. I knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around and greeted me. He turned around to greet me with a watering can in his hand. So it's only natural to believe that he was watering his plants, right?
I suppose.
After his greeting, we spent a little time talking about his flowers. He had obtained them himself and is growing them with the utmost care, you know?
Yes. The plants in this room, they're like my children.
The passion flowers in this flower box on the windowsill are growing beautifully too. All 4 of them are in full bloom.
Miss Von Karma, what did you say just now?
I said that the flowers are growing beautifully. What about that statement do you not understand?
What do I not understand? I do not understand why a certain thing is the way that it is. I'd like for you to append that statement to your testimony.
Very well. There were 4 large passion flowers in full bloom in the flower box.
Now put it on this one. Okay. Go to the flowers. Guys. You say 4. But that's 2.
Oh, so the 2 large flowers are in bloom.
What happened to the other 2?
Francisca, for some odd reason, your testimony contradicts with this piece of evidence.
It does appear that way.
Ha! I knew it! I knew we couldn't trust your words, sis!
Mr. Edgeworth! What are you doing discrediting Miss Von Karma like that?
Yeah, sir! If you keep this up, she's gonna get taken away, sir!
All I've done is state what I saw. I have not made a single mistake in my testimony. And for this, I am still under suspicion for murder? Is the number of flowers really all that important at this juncture, Miles?
At the very least, it is a contradiction in the At the very least, it is a contradiction in this enigmatic case. One that I find hard to dismiss as irrelevant.
Ha! And let's hear it, Mr. Prosecutor! What does the number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove?
I believe the answer to that will become clear if we were to examine that flower box. How did this contradiction come about? There must be something behind this discrepancy.
They're my beloved flowers. I've grown them with the utmost care. So I ask that you please be gentle with them as you examine them, Mr. Edgeworth.
I understand. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. These things quite ugly, to be honest. Why would you want these? This patch of soil looks as though it has had something removed from it.
What are you doing, Mr. Prosecutor? Why'd you clam up all of a sudden? I'm still here, waiting for an explanation, you know.
Did you know, Agent Lang? Flowers are best appreciated in silence. It looks like two things were pulled out of this flower box.
What are you looking for?
Look at flowers. Just look at the flowers. Nothing. The name of these flowers, I believe, they're called passion flowers. Despite being called flowers, they're actually a species of vine. They appear to be growing well and are well supported by these plant supports.
Yeah, but no matter how I look at it, it looks like there are only two here to me. You realize, don't you, sis? Your little fib has failed you.
Mouse Edgeworth, hurry up and shut this man up for me already.
I suppose I will need to use some evidence to shut him up, won't I?
No evidence.
I believe I have just the piece of evidence you require.
Oh, you do you? You have such confidence in that face of your current plight.
In the face.
But I highly doubt it'll last until the end.
You howl like a wolf, Agent Lang.
But we'll see if you have any bite to back up the bark after you see the evidence.
The truth, the passion.
Just go on.
The truth, the passion. The truth, the passion flowers revealed can be seen in this piece of evidence. Look at the sticks. They kind of look like the hair sticks.
Oh yeah, the hair sticks with candy. There is some dirt on the tips.
Ooh, watch the dirt on them. Take that! Sheena, who was supposedly in Babal the entire time, had these hair sticks on her. That look exactly like the plant support in this flower box. In other words, I believe it can be said that these hair sticks are an actuality. Support sticks for the passion flowers!
And so what? Is this really all that important to the case?
Of course it is. It means that we found yet another item that was smuggled between the countries tonight. Think about it logically, Agent Lang. These sticks were originally in Alabaster. But somehow, they wound up in Sheena's hands, who was in Babal the whole night. So make no mistake, these sticks are smuggled somehow just like the knife and statues. Whoa! I keep messing up words.
Ugh! Very well then. I want to hear from you exactly how they wound up in Babal.
How did these support sticks find their way to Babal? And why? There must be some reason as to why they ended up there. Aha! So that's why! Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this and tell me its shape.
It's just another stick, isn't it?
And so it is, but the shape of the support sticks is what's important. For when they are used with something in this room, that's when it all comes into focus. And the object that completes the picture when used with the support sticks is...
I don't know.
They kind of look like arrows, don't they?
Right here?
Yep. This had me stuck too, I'll be honest.
That's a crossbow! Wait, you're not really suggesting...
I am. These hair sticks, or the plant support sticks. They make for perfect arrows.
Ayah!
I've done it. I've found the common thread that connects the two offices. But this thread has yet to be completely untangled. Even using the arrows, how does this explain how the statues were transported? Furthermore, who could it have been who fired these sticks as arrows? There must be a common thread that ties all of these things together.
Mr. Prosecutor, hold up a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all!
Can you stop right here?
Huh. You want to stop?
We can keep going if you want.
Hold on, let me see.
It's gonna get me kind of long.
Oh my
We
goodness.
got this, and then an investigation.
It's another investigation?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess we can end it there. All right. I guess, yeah, we'll end it there. I'm saying it's a long way to go. But yeah, I appreciate you all for tuning in and watching this last stream of 2024. I appreciate you all. You all have been wonderful this year, and hope to see you guys next year in 2025. Happy New Year! And
You was muted the whole time?
I was in your mic.
My mic
You couldn't hear me
too.
at all? Oh my goodness. I'll do it again. All right, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Ro. Thank you, Ro. All right, but yeah, I appreciate you all for watching and being with me through 2024. And I look forward to seeing you all in 2025. And yeah, Callipy, Yeety, Roro, thank you all for chatting. You shooting tonight for the new year? Yeah, I got it. Pow, pow. No, I'm not shooting tonight. And I was saying, class of 2025, you guys. Class of 2025. But I'll let you all go. I appreciate you all. I hope to see you all in the new year. Happy New Year. And I will talk to you all next year. Good night, you guys. Be safe.